Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a different type of video. So this is not going to be a DIY. I thought about this video a lot and I wanted to do something kind of different. I wanted to do like the makeup part, and then I thought, oh, I can also share my ghost story because I do have a ghost story since it's Halloween. And so I thought that would be fun to kind of talk about while I do my makeup. I hope that you guys enjoy. And Andy will also be in the video because he has a funny costume that we bought. So Andy does not look happy right now, but here is his costume. Look how cute you look. You look so cute. He looks really mad. So we got him the lion head. So I don't know, you guys might want to just check out the Amazon video where it's like a commercial and they have a lab with the lion head, and it's hilarious. I'm gonna put a picture so you guys can see, but he obviously doesn't like it that much. How about a treat for being a good boy? A treat? Obviously he's not gonna wear it all night, but he definitely hates it, but he looks so cute. You gotta be, no, you know what to do. Sit. Oh, he's sitting. All right. He just swallows them. The camera doesn't have any more. Was that good? Andy, look how cute you are. See, it's worth it. It's worth having the costume on. Do you like your costume? Ooh. All right, one more. But you gotta sit. Sit. No, you gotta sit. Sit. Stay. Good boy. Walmart, and I saw these kitty ears and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be a cat. And this has been like the second year in a row that I would be a cat. The ears are like the most simple thing that you can like imagine, but I just love them because they actually light up. So see, they're off there, but you can turn them on and they're so cute. So I'm gonna put them on. Oh, they're kind of like weird feeling. What is wrong with, poof it up like that? There we go. I think that's even.
Alright, so I'm gonna do my first voiceover, and this is pretty strange, but I needed to do this because I ended up watching the whole video and it was literally about 40 minutes long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get through part one because that took me the longest because I was trying to do my eyes and all of that, and I just could not do two things at once with that. So what I was talking about in this part while I'm fast forwarding all the steps with my Halloween makeup was just telling you guys the story about how we went to this haunted hotel that I had an experience in. So my sister-in-law Becca and I, when we used to hang out a lot before, and one of the things that we enjoyed doing was watching Ghost Adventures, and it was really fun just to see every Friday night and Saturday night. I would either come over or I would spend the night over there at her house, and we would watch the show, and we just would really enjoy the stories and all of that. And for her birthday, she wanted to go to the Crescent Hotel, and we always joked about going there and spending the night at one of the most haunted rooms and maybe like finding something weird or having a weird experience. And so that's what we ended up doing for her birthday. And so she invited two other friends, and so the four of us went up there and we stayed in one of the most haunted rooms. I think it's called the Michael room. and it's all the history is online, so you guys can like look up all this stuff. And the hotel name is the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and so it's about 2 hours away from where we live. And so when we got there, everything was fine. We checked in and nothing weird happened really until later that night, around the time like when we were starting to get ready for bed. And Becca started to feel really nauseous, and so it was interesting because we all ate the same thing and none of us felt weird, and it was just her. It was really whatever it was affecting her the most. So we practically like didn't have any time to do anything of what we wanted to do. Like, we wanted to walk the hotel at night, and we wanted to take pictures, and we wanted to record things, but we didn't have time. So we ended up really just taking care of her, making sure that she was okay, because she was really sick. And that night was pretty miserable. I think we all stayed up until like 4 a.m. and then we ended up leaving like at 7 a.m. the next morning. So it was sad, but a couple of weeks later, her mom, she felt really bad about that because it was part of her birthday present. So she called, and the hotel was really nice, and they sent us back for free. And they actually told us that if we went back, they would upgrade our room to another haunted room, which was a suite, and I cannot remember the name. So when we went back the second time, it was a lot more fun because we got to do a lot more things. So we ended up going to the pool, and we walked around the hotel, and we were able to take more pictures than last time. And we actually brought her webcam again, or her camera, from her computer, and we let it run throughout the day just to make sure that if we were out, if we caught something weird, it would be recorded. And one of the things that happened right before we went to the pool that day was I took a picture in the room, just like where the bed area was, and I snapped the photo, and I noticed immediately that there was like this huge like orb. It was like big, and I didn't know like at first like what it was. I just kind of like showed it to Becca, and I was just like joking around with her because it was interesting that throughout that day I had taken pictures and I had not captured anything like that. So we just kind of joked about it, but we didn't even like really take it seriously. And I think that's where part 2 comes in, where I explain what the other creepy thing that happened with that picture. So essentially, when we came back from the pool, she ended up getting sick again, and it was like later that night when we were watching TV, she started saying that she wasn't feeling well again, which was like really weird because it was like the first night that we were there last time. She just started feeling really odd. Every time we went in the room, I feel like she started getting sick. So this is the part that I left off on part 1. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys part 2, but it gets interesting.
I think it turned out pretty cute. And I think I'm going to do the exact same thing when I hand out candy. I'll go ahead and continue my story. I think we left that on the part that she got sick again. So this was like the second time that we had been there, and she got sick all over again. And I think at some point she started to feel better, and we went back into the room, and I think we were all just like hanging out and watching TV. I think we even like watched Ghost Adventures. The scary part happens when we go back home, and we had like the video of like everything that we had recorded. And I don't know if we were just like scared because we knew that it was like haunted, and we kind of felt like the weirdness. Like every time we stay there, it was just like weird. And so when we were looking back at like the videos, we laugh now because we would like scream over any like sound that would like happen. We were kind of joking and stuff at first, and I remember that I had taken that weird photo of the orb, and I was like, oh, we gotta find that part because I want to see if the camera caught the orb. And so we fast forward, and that was just like at the beginning. So like this scary part happened like right, I think like within an hour that we had been there. We found the part where it happened, and I took the picture, and I wish that I had the video, and I actually like texted her and I asked her because she actually moved to Alabama, so like I didn't know if she had the same laptop because this is like 5 years ago. So the camera that she had at that time and the laptop that she had at that time, she doesn't have that anymore. I thought but like maybe a miracle that she would still have it, and maybe she hadn't deleted those files, because we actually did not even end up watching the whole thing. When we were watching the video, I see myself taking the picture, and when I took the picture, you can see that right after I looked at it with her, like I was just like scrolling through the pictures, like when I had seen it. Right when I took the picture, you can see the orb, the same orb that I took a picture of. But when I was taking the picture, I didn't see it with my own eyes. But the weird part is that you can see it on the webcam video, and you can see it on the camera, that like the actual camera that I took the picture. I was taking a picture of the bed, not knowing, and then a couple of minutes, like a minute or two, like after going through and like walking over where she was, you can see my reaction where I was like, oh my gosh, there's this huge orb on this picture, like how crazy. And then I think we just like walked out the door to go to the pool. So that was creepy because on the webcam video you can actually see the exact same orb. And to me, that's weird, because if you were to take a picture with your camera and you just like got an orb and it was dust, it would be on your photo on your camera, but another camera might not pick that up. The webcam doesn't have flash, it was not fancy, like her laptop was just normal. So it literally picked up the exact same orb, just at a different angle. So you can see from the angle of the camera, like this thing going down, like a little ball going down to the bed and just like disappearing into the bed. And I think when I took the camera, it kind of like shot where it was like going down, and that, I think that might have been why it looked so big, because it was like going down. So I don't know, it was just crazy. Like that was my ghost experience. Like hers was more like emotional, like I think like she felt sick and it was like physical like that. But to me, like that was my part of the experience. After that, the other creepy thing that happened, we were like fast forwarding to the part that we were actually in the room. And so the part that we picked up next was when we were like in the bed watching TV, and I think it was like before she got sick the second time. I was on my phone and then she was on her phone. I think her friends were watching TV, and I saw, or we both saw on the webcam video, thing like just flew down from the headboard down into my phone. And I didn't feel anything, didn't even know anything about it. That was like the other weird thing that happened. Like I'm telling you, if it was dust, it would be flying all over the place because it's so old. But these two orbs, or these two things that happened, were like random, and they didn't move like dust, which is another thing that Ghost Adventures always explains in their videos. Usually when it's like dust, it's like random and you can see them flying around, but this was like one, and then the movement was like rapid. Like it was just like weird. Like if you look at other videos of orbs or like ghost orbs or whatever, they'll like move really slow and then they'll stop and then they'll like keep moving. Like dust wouldn't just stop and then like just stay there. So that's why I think that like some people don't like to see that kind of stuff, because they're like, oh, it's just dust. But to me, if you haven't experienced and you know that it felt weird, to me that is a spirit, like it's a ghost. So that was in a nutshell like what happened. I haven't been there and I haven't stayed there since then, and we now that my sister-in-law moved to Alabama, like we really don't talk about ghosts anymore like we used to. It was so funny because after that experience, like we were so into it that we actually like tried to get into a group of like ghost hunters in our area, and that's another whole story. But it was just silly. Like it made us realize that some people did take it seriously. Like I talk about it, but I'm not like obsessed about it, and like I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'm not like out there looking for them or like trying to do this, because when we tried to get in the group, we realized how people are like extremely like really into that kind of stuff, and they're actually into other stuff that's even more scary. We didn't like really like want to get into that, and at this point like I don't even watch Ghost Adventures anymore. Yeah, that was it, and I am so happy that I told this story because I've told some people, and like Becca and I have talked about it, but it's just kind of cool to be able to share that, and I thought Halloween would be the time to share it because otherwise it would be like a weird video in between my other DIY videos. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this different video and that you found it interesting. And yeah, if you want to look more into this hotel, it's the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, and you can look and like read all about the history and the pictures. They should have some pictures online, and the Ghost Hunters episode should be online too for you guys to watch. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.